In the world of international relations, nations usually speak in code. They use words like deterrence, strategic response, or security measures. But last night, the United States abandoned diplomatic language for something primal. The White House didn't call it a police action. They didn't call it a conflict. They officially called it a declaration of vengeance. As we speak, the dust is settling over the Syrian desert. The United States has just concluded Operation Hawkeye Strike, a massive, coordinated air assault dropping over 100 bombs on 70 specific targets in a single wave. But if you look closely, this wasn't just about blowing up bunkers. This was a message written in fire. The target wasn't just ISIS. The target was the psychology of America's enemies. The question everyone is asking today is simple. Is this the end of the threat, or is it the spark that ignites a new Middle East war? Welcome to our channel. Today, we analyze the night the sky fell in Syria. To understand the ferocity of last night, we have to rewind the clock exactly 1 week. On December 13th, near the historic ruins of Palmyra, a convoy was ambushed. It wasn't a random skirmish. It was a calculated hit. 2 American soldiers were killed. They were members of the Iowa National Guard. An interpreter also lost his life. For days, Washington was eerily silent. Critics said the administration was hesitating. Allies were nervous. But the Pentagon wasn't hesitating. They were calculating. They were building a target list. And then came the name, Operation Hawkeye. For those who don't know, Iowa is known as the Hawkeye State. The name of this operation wasn't random. It was a direct tribute to the fallen soldiers from Iowa. It signaled that this mission was personal. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth made a chilling statement this morning. He said, "This is not the start of a war. This is the execution of justice." When a superpower uses the word vengeance in an official capacity, it marks a significant shift in military doctrine. Let's look at the operational details because the scale is terrifying. U.S. Central Command, or CENTCOM, unleashed a stack of air power. We are talking about F-15E Strike Eagles for precision, A-10 Warthogs for ground support, and Reaper drones for surveillance. They hit 70 targets simultaneously across central Syria. These weren't just tents in the desert. They struck underground weapons caches, drone manufacturing workshops, and training centers used by ISIS remnants. The U.S. didn't carpet bomb cities. They used bunker busters in remote desert locations. Why? Because the goal was to destroy the infrastructure of terror without causing civilian casualties that would turn the local population against them. They destroyed the enemy's ability to fight tomorrow, not just their soldiers today. Now, here's the most interesting part of this entire story, the geopolitical anomaly. If this strike happened 3 years ago, the Syrian government would be screaming violation of sovereignty. Russia would be threatening consequences. The UN would be holding emergency meetings. But today, silence, or rather, approval. Remember, Syria has changed. Following the transition of power and the fall of the Assad regime, the new Syrian government, Ahmed al-Sharaa, is playing a different game. In a shocking turn of events, the new Syrian government actually supported these strikes. President al-Sharaa released a statement saying they welcome cooperation to eradicate ISIS. Think about how massive this shift is. For decades, Damascus and Washington were arch enemies. Today, they're essentially coordinating airstrikes. This suggests a back-channel deal. The U.S. gets to hunt terrorists, and the new Syrian government gets U.S. help to clear out armed groups that threaten their own stability. It's a marriage of convenience, but it changes the entire map of the Middle East. However, we must address the elephant in the room. Why are there 70 ISIS targets to hit in 2025? Didn't we defeat them in 2019? The harsh reality is that ideology doesn't die with a caliphate. While the world was distracted by Ukraine and the Pacific, ISIS quietly regrouped in the ungoverned spaces of the Syrian desert. They went underground, literally. Operation Hawkeye proves that the war on terror isn't over. It just changed shape. It's a whack-a-mole strategy. They pop up, we hit them down. The involvement of the Jordanian Air Force in this operation is also crucial. It shows that the Arab neighbors are terrified of an ISIS resurgence. They're willing to fly wingman with the United States because they know that if Syria falls into chaos again, Jordan is next. So, where do we go from here? Operation Hawkeye was a tactical success. The targets are destroyed. The message of vengeance has been delivered loud and clear. President Trump has proven that he will use disproportionate force to protect American lives. But history teaches us a brutal lesson. You cannot bomb an ideology into submission. The U.S. has won the night, but the question remains, can they win the peace? Will this strike deter future attacks, or will it serve as a recruitment tool for the next generation of radicals? The Middle East is a chess game where every move triggers a countermove. America just made a very aggressive move. Now we wait to see how the other side responds. What do you think? Is peace through strength the only way to handle these threats, or is America getting dragged back into a forever war? Let me know your thoughts.